Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Friday, May 6th, 2016. I'm Donna Wilkinson Keynes. Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Mark Brantley, yesterday, May 5th, received a courtesy call from a High Representative of the Government of the Republic of Italy. His Excellency Paolo Serpi is a Special Envoy for the Caribbean and Sub-Saharan Africa in Italy's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. He is visiting the region from May 1st to 7th. Minister Brantley says they had a good discussion on areas of mutual interest.
We were able to speak about the blacklisting issues, the threatened blacklist by the EU, SIDS, Small Island Developing States, speak to the climate change issues that impact not just the Caribbean but also Italy. As many would know, Italy has many islands that make up Italy, Sardinia, Capri, and those types of areas. And so we were able to have, I think, a fulsome discussion on those issues. Scholarships that Italy can offer to us for training, renewable energy initiatives that Italy has done a very good job on, and where we can learn best practices.
According to Minister Brantley, they also engaged in intense discussions concerning Italy's bid to become a member of the United Nations Security Council.
For the United Nations Security Council, the Europeans, there are 2 available seats. This is for the non-permanent positions. There are 2 available seats for Europe, but there are 3 candidates: Italy, Sweden, and the Netherlands. And so each is making their case, and certainly we are favored with their presence. We have long-standing relations with all 3, but certainly a fond relationship with Italy as well. And so our purpose in these meetings is really to hear from them whether or not, with our support, they will champion the issues which are of importance to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and the wider Caribbean. And so we look forward to this continued debate and discussion. I was able to thank His Excellency for being here, and certainly it's his first trip, and so we look forward to seeing him and seeing more interaction between the people of St. Kitts and Nevis and Italy.
His Excellency Paolo Serpi arrived in St. Kitts and Nevis yesterday, Thursday, May 5th, and was expected to depart today, Friday, May 6th. A regional forum on geothermal energy in partnership with the Caribbean Community CARICOM Secretariat, the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States OECS Commission, and the German Agency for International Cooperation GIZ will be hosted by the government of St. Kitts and Nevis from May 10th to 12th. The purpose is to create a framework for regional strategy. The first activity towards the development of this strategy was the hosting of a Caribbean Roundtable at the GEOLAC in Nicaragua on October 19, 2015. The regional forum is expected to build on the successes of the Caribbean Roundtable. The initiative is being supported by GIZ through the Regional Council of Guadeloupe, Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Technical Assistance RETA, as well as the Inter-American Development Bank and the Caribbean Development Bank through the Technical Cooperation on Sustainable Energy Development in the Caribbean. The regional forum is expected to be attended by high-level officials from government agencies, representatives of multilateral institutions, international development partners, and international financing institutions, as well as private sector developers and investors. St. Kitts and Nevis is one of the leaders in the development of geothermal energy in the Eastern Caribbean. A number of education and social development officials yesterday, Thursday, May 5th, shared in the launch of the Charlestown Primary School's new look library. The launch of the library took the form of an open day, which commenced with a ceremony at the school's auditorium. Teacher librarian Yulano Weeks gave the overview.
In the year 2015, a non-profit organization, Hands Across the Sea, embarked on a charity drive to supply the Charlestown Primary School with a whole new library of books. This project was funded by the Four Seasons Homeowners Foundation. During a brief handing over ceremony in February of this year, Principal Jeffers was able to express gratitude on behalf of the school to both organizations. After many months of hard work and sacrifices, we are proudly opening the doors of our library to you, not only to display the beauty, but to promote reading awareness, to foster a school-based community relationship, to provide the parents an opportunity to experience the atmosphere that their children are exposed to on a daily basis, and also to sensitize the public on the importance of school libraries and the role that it plays in the educational and social development of the children.
Representing Premier and Minister of Education and Library Services, the Honorable Vance Amory, was Permanent Secretary Wakely Daniel. He congratulated the school for the initiative and asserted that the students have an extraordinary privilege.
The reopening of the library this morning indicates to me that yes, books are still relevant and the teachers indeed care about each and every one of you. You can sit here on the island of Nevis, you can sit in your classroom and you can travel the world. You can sit in your classroom or in your bed or in your living room and create new things. You can sit here in your school and discover and invent new things simply by reading a book. I want to encourage each and every one of you this morning, use your library wisely.
Junior Minister of Social Development, the Honorable Hazelbrand Williams, also expressed the best wishes to the school on the launch of its new library.
Children, you are very fortunate that you have a library in your school. So at any time when you so desire, you can go to the library and read. In my day, the library came to our schools. They came once per week. So we only had a chance to borrow a book from the library once per week. And secondly, they were so limited with the materials. You could only borrow one book at a time. I am telling you this because you are very fortunate. You have loads of books to read from. You could start one, go halfway. If you're not impressed with that one, you take another and you choose another. In my day, we did not have that luxury. So I am telling you that you ought to use these resources effectively.
The vote of thanks was given by Principal Latoya Jeffers. Following yesterday's ceremony, persons attending received a tour of the Charlestown Primary School's new library. Still to come,
I think this has been one of the best things that has happened in St. James for a long while.
We'll give you the details after this break.
Circus, Afro, circus, Afro, circus, Afro,
Celebrating the old, showcasing the new. Culturama 42.
As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars protect our environment. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Welcome back. The Department of Community Development hosted its graduation ceremony for the Turning Local Produce into Refined Dishes workshop that took place at the Franklin Brown Community Center. Director of Community Development Janet Maloney congratulated both the facilitator and the graduates for successfully hosting and participating in the workshop.
Mr. Wallace, you have become a beacon of light in the culinary arts as your skills have radiated in many pots, parishes, and palettes. I salute you this evening for the wonders you have created and to register the department's appreciation for the great work you have been doing in the development of the Nevian community. On behalf of the Department of Community Development, I will also take this opportunity to commend the graduates for grasping the opportunity of the cooking classes and for their weekly commitments upon completion. Congratulations. Graduates, you have worked in groups during the course. I do hope that the groups will endeavor to execute similar community activities that will encourage socialization, teamwork, and love within the community. The community centers are here to be used at your advantage, and the department is ready and willing to partner with you to help build a more resilient and happy communities.
25 participants graduated from the workshop, which began on January 13th and was facilitated by culinary arts instructor at the Department of Community Development, Sylvester Wallace. Wallace spoke about the various dishes he taught the 25 participants to make, including stewed eggplant, eggplant bread, stuffed plantain, and orange ginger glazed pork. He congratulated the graduates for a job well done. One of the graduates, Erlyn Maynard, spoke on behalf of the class, assuring that the skills they learned will be put to use in their kitchens and the wider community.
Through this activity, cooking has become more exciting, for we have so many options to choose from. St. James has been touched in a special way. As a matter of fact, I think this has been one of the best things that has happened in St. James for a long while. This training has also taken us back to our roots. The Bible admonishes us to eat of the fruits of the earth. Our parents practiced this, but many of us have strayed from that teaching and have chosen the road of fast food and convenience food, which do more harm than good to our bodies. As a result of Sylvester's training, we are going to lead the way and teach all those who come into our company that the best way to eat is the local way.
Junior Minister of Social Development, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, presented the graduates with their certificates of completion. There were various skits and renditions put on by the graduates. Meantime, Chef Wallace has published a new book titled Recipes by Sylvester Wallace, Turning Local Produce into Refined Dishes. Wallace, who studied culinary arts in Barbados, has gained a vast knowledge in the food and beverage industry. As an employee at the Four Seasons Resort Nevis and having also worked at Four Seasons Resorts in Chicago and Texas, Wallace widened his knowledge, improved and further developed his cooking skills, and has reaped the desired benefits. As a means of sharing all he has been taught with people interested in culinary arts, he has written a training manual in hospitality management and facilitated hospitality training at hotels, as well as cooking classes at local community centers. As culinary arts trainer at the Department of Community Development, he has been inspired to compile his recipes on turning local produce into refined dishes. That's it for this evening's edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, thank you for viewing. I'm Donis Wilkinson Keynes. Good night.